Financial planning in business. Why, what, and what are the benefits that we derive from financial planning in business? Hi folks, my name is Mahmood. I am an accountant and finance coach who's been in business for 27 plus years. I'm the founder, director of the accounting firm I Hate Numbers, author of the same said book, and founder of the financial storytelling platform Numbers Know How. My mission over the last 27 plus years has been helping thousands of businesses make money, increase their financial understanding and awareness, help them win more battles than they lose for what goes on between their earlobes, save tax, save time, and have the business they aspire to. What's not to love about that? The idea of financial planning in business, let me imagine a situation with you. Imagine you are going on a walk and you decide to put a blindfold on. Now, if you imagine going on that walk with that blindfold wrapped around your eyes, it could be this nice, pretty pink one that you've got here. What's the likelihood of you bumping into something? What's the likelihood of you hesitating as you progress on that journey? What's the likelihood of you going the wrong way? What's the likelihood of you going sideways? And what's the likelihood of you not actually getting to your end destination point? Imagine the pain, the bruises, and the anguish that will follow if you have that blindfold as you go on your journey. If we take our blindfold away, then we will find that our journey path is much stronger. We're less likely to bump into things, we're less likely to make mistakes, and we've got a better idea of what's going on. With our blindfold off, we can ask as we go along, and we're going to have a much greater likelihood of getting to our end point. The whole idea of that blindfold is what happens if you do not have a financial plan in your business. Now, when I talk about financial planning in our business, let's first of all understand and get to grips with what is meant by the whole idea and concept of financial planning. Now, it's easier to say also, a financial plan is not a straitjacket, it's not a noose, it's not something that restricts your movements, it's merely a reflection in financial terms about how we go from this point here to our end point, our northern star, our destination. It's a route map, it's a guide, it's our shining light that looks ahead in our business and not in the rearview mirror. A financial plan has immense benefits. It minimizes risk, things going wrong. It makes us think about the journey that we're undertaking. And let me talk to you about how we go about constructing and putting together a financial plan. Firstly, you have to think in terms of what is your end point, what is your destination. Always think about the future first of all. Think about what your personal objectives are, what are your personal milestones, whether that's taking a holiday, taking time off, whether that's actually not working as hard in your business, whether it's personal self-development. And what are your business goals? What does your business Northern Star look like? Obviously, financial outcomes have to be factored in there. Do you have a certain level of profit that you wish to achieve in the next 12 months? Do you wish to undertake investments? Do you wish to have more personnel working with you and your team to actually relieve yourself of some of the admin pain, to perhaps help you in your marketing activities, your HR, whatever? Do you want to build a stronger team? Do you actually want to pivot? Do you want to introduce new products and services? So what does that end point, that Northern Star look like? With all the clients that I coach in terms of developing their own financial story plans, we always talk about the future before we even talk about the current, before we even talk about what's going to happen next. And we also talk about the past. But that is not the beginning of the story, it's the end point that starts off the conversation. Having established what that is, your financial plan then says, what are the activities? What do I need to do as a business owner with me and my team to make myself go forward? What do I have to do in terms of activities, broad brush, and breaking it down into what those stepped activities must be to get to that end point? Now, as we think about our Northern Star, as we think about perhaps our next 12-month objective, we're going to then work backwards and think, what are the different milestones that I have to achieve in order to get there? Now, if you're looking in terms of profitability, if you're looking to reach a certain level of profit, you then have to think to yourself at the beginning, what is it? Where does my money come from? What are the different sources? And then as I'm starting from a certain point, whether it's zero or I've already made some progress. What does that mean in terms of those footprints, those steps? What do I need to actually achieve by certain milestones? And what do I need to do in terms of marketing activity? What do I need to do in terms of delivering and achieving those end goals? You can then break that down into discrete milestones, discrete markers, and what that means on a month-by-month basis. So the financial plan helps reduce the risk of things going wrong. It helps us achieve and get to those profit targets. It makes the impossible seem very possible. When we look ahead, many people, too many for my liking, look ahead only in small iterations and they restrict themselves, they hold themselves back, believing they can't actually achieve what they might consider the impossible. Other people's noises are going off in their earlobes, telling them they can't do that. They may have their own baggage coming into place that restricts their movement. What a financial plan enables us to do is to extend our thoughts beyond the here and now and to actually factor in all the variables, all what we might think are the impossibilities of getting to our end point. Our financial plan, what else does it do for us? Well, it reduces risk that we've mentioned. It helps us get to our profit targets. It helps us understand what we need to do, the skills that we need to have in ourselves, the skills we might need to access and buy in, whether that's from a marketing perspective, whether that's from how to conduct an email campaign, if that's the way that we're going to reach our community, reach our client base. It also tells us the impact, what that means in financial terms. As we build this route map, as we build this story of activities to get to that end point, we can then translate that into financial terms, what it looks like. Having built our financial plan, that is then our guide point, that's our accountability buddy, and that's what we're going to be monitoring our progress against. Being a business is not easy. I personally speaking love it, but it has its challenges, it has its ups and it has its downs. Anybody who tells you that you can achieve that moment of success without putting any effort in, without putting any sweat in, is lying and is talking through their rear end. That financial plan makes the impossible seem more realistic. Anybody who's achieved the top of their game, who's got to that stage, will have planned and think about that route map and broken it down into incremental bits, into weekly, into monthly, into events that will occur at each stage. Remember, it doesn't mean it's a predictive tool. Doesn't mean it will happen. But if you don't think about how you're going to get to your end point, if you don't think about the activities you've got to exert, the things that you've got to do, the resources that you need, you will never get there. Now, more importantly, folks, when a financial plan is put together, you must think about what you want to achieve. Don't be swayed by what you think is a turbulent economic climate. People are still spending money. People are still buying things. They might be more discerning about what they buy. They might be more discerning about what they spend and when they spend it, but they are still buying. Business is not on its knees. It's certainly challenging for some industries, but it's not across the board. Not all businesses will be affected equally. And that financial plan reduces your stress levels, reduces the anxiety, because what you're thinking in terms of, most of us will think about the here and now, and we need to think beyond that stage. That financial plan is an absolutely must, not only when times are wonderful, but when times are turbulent, it comes into its own and it will help you navigate what's in front of you. And by the way, if you check out the notes at the end, there is a link to a free planning cash flow guide, which you're going to find immensely useful. So let's summarize what we have. Financial planning for your business is critical because it helps you achieve your profit. It helps you achieve your end goals. It helps you understand the risk that you're facing, and it helps you understand the resources that you need. It helps you understand that you may have to invest funds today. If you can navigate the funding, the cash flow, the loans that you might need to access, and you can see that if you expend that effort, you will get to your point here. And it can be quite cathartic and it can be very, very liberating. Folks, I hope you found this video useful. I hope you are going to be engaging in financial planning. If you haven't and you would like to, then drop me a link and let me know, are you actually going to be financial planning? Is that something you're putting off for doing? Check out the show notes for some further links and resources. And by all means, check out the Numbers Know-How platform, which is designed for business owners to help them move into that era of financial planning and make you more prosperous. Until next week, folks, financial plan away.